Citizen, and welcome back to the verse, back to the 3.23 EPTU. Yes, has not been released yet, still in the verse, and so I thought I would take a look at Microtech this time. So I did start a new character. It was updated, so I needed to start a new character, and I chose New Babbage as my starting location. Now, anyone who's been watching me explore the PTU version of Star Citizen, this newest patch, will notice that I haven't really been doing a lot of new stuff. I haven't been trying some of the new missions or going to the new locations. And the reason for that is because I want to just kind of learn a bit about how this new version works, how master modes work, how some things that I'm really used to compare to how they are now, which is why I've done salvage, which is why I've done mining. And so I will definitely be checking out things like the distribution centers, but I kind of want to wait for the patch to come out. It might be a bit of an issue waiting till then because everyone who's playing will be going to those distribution centers at the same time, so it might be a little bit crowded. But at the same time, I'm just going through what I know and just kind of learning some of the basics because a lot has changed. Now, if you are looking to get this game, you want to start playing, I'm guessing that there's going to be some ship sales coming up and packages coming up, maybe another referral bonus coming up. So as long as you have a game account made right now and use a referral code when you make that game. Now I do have a code on my screen that's referral code, but I always have a link in my video. Those links allow you to make a account with the referral code, guaranteed to work. And if there's any referral bonus, you'll get that when you get a game package, or you always get at least a little bit of extra money. I'm expecting the upcoming Invictus is going to be a free fly event, so as long as you have the account made now, you're good to go, and you can get right into playing the game as soon as that free fly starts. And what I'm going to do today is something that I always say, this is one of the first things that you should do. Confirm. I just realized the whole time I've been talking, it could have been loading. One of the first things you should ever do as a new player is take one of the delivery missions. And the reason why I say take the delivery missions is because not only do you get to learn how to pilot your ship, you get to make a little bit of money. There's no real danger with the beginning missions involved. You're just basically picking up a box, putting down a box, carrying it around. So as long as your ship is one of the ships that can actually hold a box in it, and that is the two main starters. The Aurora can hold a box, and the Mustang can hold a box. Now, if you have a Mustang, it's a little bit different. You have to actually access the outside of the ship, and then open the cargo and bring the box and put it inside underneath. But in the Aurora, you can just put it right inside. So we're just gonna go and do that right now. Now, I noticed again we have the gear storage here, so you're gonna eventually be opening this little drawer here, putting items in and storing it, or if you want to get a specific gun or a specific suit or a specific box out of your inventory, you're going to be putting it into here and getting them out of here through this terminal when that is part of the game. So right now we still have the kind of magic local inventory, so we have everything that we have available to us. Now I'm going to go and grab a couple things here. We're going to get their utility, going to get a multi-tool, put it on. We're going to get a tractor beam, we're going to put it on. And that is good to go. So we have that because we might need that for moving some boxes around if we want to. Now, we're going to go out here and we're at the nest. We're going to head over to the spaceport, which is over there. So we're going to have to go down, get ourselves on the train from this location. Now, the reason why I say delivery missions are great also is because when you start out, you don't have a lot of stuff. I have quite a few things here. Once the elevator opens up, I'll kind of go through them. I'm going to go down to the lobby. I have quite a few things in my inventory, as you saw. And as a new player, you might not have all these things. You might be just with a basic undersuit and helmet, and that's about it. Usually you start with a med pen on yourself, maybe a pistol. But a lot of these things we can get for free in the verse just by taking part in different events that CIG holds. So some of these things I've bought Not bought recently, but bought in-game. So these two Pembroke helmets I bought in-game in the test universe in my mining video when I was buying the Prospector. I bought some Pembroke suits, so they're still showing up. Some of the stuff I've looted is still here. That's all shown up. But if I go to things like utility, what could it be? Vehicles. All these paints, these are paints that I've gotten. Some of them came with ships, but most of these came through things like Luminalia or the Foundation Fest. Sustenance, we have the Luminalia mug, which actually is 100% full of coffee. That's kind of surprising. 100% full of some liquid, but normally that would be empty, I would think. Weapons, different Luminalia weapons have shown up as well as other events. So these colored guns here came from Luminalia. Same with the SMG, which actually is called, if you look up there, the Luminalia SMG. So just look at the RSI website during different times, during Christmas, during Foundation Fest, during the Invictus. There may be the opportunity to get free items, and those items go into your account. They're tied to your account. If you're looking at the RSI website, you'll see something called Your Hangar. When you buy a game package, your ship will be on there, and at the same time, you'll have other items that are in there as well. Ooh, there's actually people on this train. That is terrific. Normally, no one's on the train. And this is why I'm excited about the upcoming Invictus at Area 18, because that's when you get to spend a lot of time seeing people on the trains. And so we have a number of people here, looking like they've all just kind of started like me. They haven't bothered to put on a lot of armor, except for this individual over here. The new hair is looking good. That's kind of cool. So we're now going over this ice lake here, making our way across. There's the city. We were just up here. That was the nest. So we were up there looking out of the windows at the spaceport across the lake. And now we are on one of those train lines heading underneath the spaceport. So if I go over here, we're heading up to this building here. We're going to go underneath, and then we're going to come up. There's a window right there that we can go and look out over at the city once we get there. Now, if you land on the ground, you can go underneath this train line here, and there's garage doors that are accessible there, so you can actually take a land vehicle out at New Babbage and drive around on the lake. Or if you want to load up a vehicle into your ship, you can land there and then get into the spaceport, and you can take out another vehicle and put it into your ship. So we're going to get ready to go out and up an elevator. And we're going to go this way here. And I'm going to think what ship I should get. I think I have an MSR, which is one of the cheaper starter ships. I've noticed I'm still having issue getting the elevators to work. It's more like you tap F to get them to work than holding F and clicking open, but sometimes the hold and click works as well. It's a little bit janky for me. I'm still getting used to that. I don't know what this... Oh, that just means we can't see a mini-map right now. It doesn't know where we are. So once I get back out here, there it has appeared. One thing I discovered recently with the mini-map, which I do kind of like, is if I take off my helmet, the mini-map... Oh. Weird. It wasn't working before, where I took off my helmet, the map disappeared, and that actually worked out well. So it was a way for me to know that I didn't have my helmet on when I was going into space, but it seems right now it's working. Maybe that's a change they made. What helmet can we put on here? Ooh, a Vandal mask. I do have those from Halloween. This Hill Horror helmet, the Vandal masks, this other version of a Hill Horror helmet. There's giant bear heads, which I don't ever wear. Those were all given away during the Vara, which is like the Halloween version of the holiday in Star Citizen. Many, many things added to your accounts just by taking part with the stuff that is happening in the verse. Another reason to get yourself a game account. So we're going to get into here. We do have an Aurora. Let's deliver it. So if your ship has deliver on it, that means that you can just get it delivered to you perfectly right away. If it has a sign that says retrieve, that means it's here, you can get it. And there might be one that says claim. Claim either means it's been destroyed, or if I had one of these ships at another location, clicking claim would allow you to get it delivered here. There is a time limit, or not a time limit, but a time penalty for getting ships. So the more expensive and bigger the ship, the longer it'll take to get it replaced or delivered to you.
We're
We're going to go to Hangar 4. Now, if you forgot what it said on the screen, you could go look at this screen again, but just look around for this blue marker. You can see there it is, and it says Hangar 4. It actually gives the name Aurora MR. So now we're going to go to an elevator. And on here, we're going to hold down F, and we're going to point at the Hangar 4 and click it with our mouse. And now we're on our way to our ship. We're going to go get the Aurora. Still one of my favorite ships. It is the first ship I owned in the verse, the first ship I flew, and it is still a ship that I enjoy flying. Looking cool. So we're going to hit F1, open up our Moby glass, and before we get in there, we're just going to go to our journal, not journal, contracts. Now, one thing I'm going to do is going to go to Mercenary, and I'm going to call to arms, and accept that. If I get into a fight, and if I destroy the other person, I'm going to get a bonus money for having a call to arms on there. That's why I always get that. We're going to close Mercenary. We're going to go to Delivery. Now, we start out with only one package. We have Retrieval Op or Delivery Evaluation, but it's basically pick up a package, drop off a package. And both of these are on a moon. They are on a moon, and I love the moon ones because it's very quick to get into the space, leave the atmosphere, and be able to use your jump drive. So it's going to cost me, or it's going to pay me about $5,000 payment on that. So we're going to accept that offer. And now if I go to accepted, I'm going to go to delivery here, click on that, and track until this green dot has moved here. And now I'm tracking that. That way when I push F1 again, there's now this yellow marker saying pick up package, showing me there it is up there. So we're going to open our doors to our ship and get in here. And as you can see, a little bit of an internal space here. That's where we'll be putting our stuff. Close the door, but if you forget to close the door, it's not a big deal because as soon as you activate your jump drive, your doors close, your landing gear goes up, any ramps that are open, they close as well. Now, I had an issue before. It used to be F, right click, would open up an inner thought wheel, and I couldn't figure it out. I thought it was broken, but now I know it's Alt F. So I could use that and click Flight Systems Ready, or I could hold down F and look for the power button on the ship wherever it is. Engines on, there, flight ready there. Click the flight ready. The reason why it took me a while to find that is because I don't use that on this ship much. Or there's Alt R. Alt R gets it ready for you as well. Now, if your engines are ever off, you can tell if your engines are off because these two bars would be off like this. Just tapping I turns your engines on and off. It's taking me a while still to get used to how the master modes work. So we're going to just get ready to go. We're going to hit Alt-N, left Alt-N, I should say. You could also use the Moby glass. You can also use this comm system here and request a takeoff. F4 gives you external view. Holding down Z allows you to move around so you can kind of see. Holding down F4 and mouse wheel gives you the ability to kind of mouse wheel out a bit to give yourself a better view. If you're coming in for a landing and you're new for landing, a view like this helps. So I'm going to set that up so it's good for when I'm ready to land. Now if I hit space, we go up. And I'm just going to look at the bottom here to show you. If I tap N, landing gear up. So a big change that's happened is if your landing gear is down, I'll put them down again. And you can see right here it's showing me that my landing gear is down. Full speed is slow. Like I am just crawling out here. If I raise my landing gear, if we look here at my speed, so full speed with the landing gear down, looks like it's about 30 meters per second. If I tap N, all of a sudden I'm able to go so much faster. So we're now over a couple hundred meters per second. We're just going a lot faster. Using your mouse to steer, we're going to head up. Now, I could go even faster by holding down B. And now we have our quantum drive on. I'm going to middle mouse. I'm going to tap that just to go to flight. So it now says right here, nav flight. And that is giving me potentially my fastest speeds yet. Now you notice that I'm getting into the red right here. That just means that my ability to control the ship isn't as good as if I keep my speeds down in that blue line. But going in a straight line, that's not a big issue. It's slowly going up. In atmosphere, you're limited to how fast you can go, but once you get into space, this will go a lot faster. Now that box on there I can control with my mouse wheel. So if I move that box down, Now that limits my speed to how fast that I'm going where that box is. So right now the box is here. I can't go any faster than that even though I'm holding full throttle. Mouse wheel up. It will try to get to my fastest speed, but if I'm in atmosphere, I will be limited on that. If I hit Control C, we have a cruise control there, keeping me at that speed. Control C turns it off again. C on its own is coupled. That means that I can drift and float. Although if I'm in planetary gravity like I am now, that will actually at the same time cause me to sink and fall into the atmosphere. So make sure you're not uncoupled. But with coupled on, with this kind of highlighted, if I let go of my throttle, it slows me down and brings me to a stop, which is handy. Also in atmosphere, it will cause you to hover as opposed to just dropping down. So now that we're ready to jump, we are far enough in the atmosphere, or out of the atmosphere I should say. We're at an altitude of a little over 23 kilometers, almost 24 kilometers. I'm going to tap middle mouse. We're in scan, middle mouse. We're now in quantum, which is our jump. So we're just going to move and point at our location here, which is the moon. And we're going to hold left mouse button and we jump. Easy as that. And we're heading towards where we want to go. If we need to suddenly enter combat mode to fight, we don't currently have any shields or weapons in this mode. It allows us to fly faster and to jump, but we don't have any weapons. Hold down B puts you into mode for combat. You can see our shields just came up there. If I hit middle mouse again, we're in missile mode, and now we're into scanning mode, back into gun mode. So we have our 2 Bulldog repeaters, we have our 2 marksman missiles, we have scanning, back into guns. Since we're not doing combat right now, I'm not going to worry about targeting right now. I'm going to hold down B again, back into navigation mode, because we're going to look for our package, which is at Shubin Mining Facility. So we're going to calibrate for there, hold down left mouse again, and off we go to our first pickup. And we're going to try doing a little bit of looting. Now, I learned something weird about looting with this new change to the new version of Star Citizen. Since I couldn't figure out how to loot things that were bigger than what I'm holding out of the box to carry them, and I couldn't figure a way to drag them to local inventory, I was able to just open up local inventory and drag any loot crates that I find into local inventory and then open them there. I don't think that's how they're planning on having it work. I don't know how they're planning on having it work with the new loot screens, because it would be a lot better with physicalized inventory if you had to put them into a storage box like what they have planned, and at the same time you could drag things out of the box and pick them up by hand and put them in. That'd be really good, but I haven't figured that out yet. I'm going to hit middle mouse to get rid of my jump drive UI. There we go. So now we're on nav flight. The reason why I don't need my jump drive on is because I have a marker for my my package. It's about 10 kilometers out now, and I'm keeping my speed at a relatively reasonable, about 400 meters per second while I'm coming up. If I hit F4 and I move this, you can see the lights from the landing zone up ahead. We are coming close to there. When I get close, I'll put my landing gear down. I normally would put it down a lot sooner so I wouldn't forget, but with this new change, landing gear makes you so slow that this would be not worth it to put the landing gear down now. Now it's very dark, so I can tap L, and that'll put my lights on. Doesn't really help at any type of altitude, but we're 400 meters off the surface. If I hit tab, it sends a little pulse so you can at least see some of the ground that is around there. I know I had someone in one of my videos comment that I could use reshade. I do know about reshade. I just don't tend to use it for making videos, so that what I'm showing for people is what they're going to find just playing the base game. So we could land on one of these landing pads. It is not required unless you were trying to do refueling and repair. Even if you're buying cargo, you don't need to be in the landing pad. So I'm looking around here. Where are most of the buildings? There's some over there. Now I'm going to hit F4 again real quick, and the one I'm going to pick up is in this building. The package you're going to pick up. So I'm going to might as well land really close to there. And that is why I like putting my landing gear down earlier, because if you look at, I just rub my belly into the ground. So now that I'm close to the location, oh, now I'm stuck. There we go. Let's flip ourselves around. There we go. gonna hit N, tap N, I should say, put our landing gear down, and now we can land. So that is, I was just kind of showing how you can land technically your ship with landing gear up. You don't really land though. You just kind of sit on the ground, and you can damage your ship that way if it's not a small ship. But now when we land, you'll hear a little thing from your computer telling you that you are landed. Tap I to turn your engines off. It's always a good idea to turn your engines off so you're not being blown around by the wind. And then hold Y, and out we get. Now, the package I want is in this building here. But before I go to there, I just make sure, hit I, make sure you have your helmet on. Always important. I'm going to open the door. I'm going to close the door because if someone shows up, they can get in your ship if your door is open and then fly away with it. I'm not going to grab that package yet. I'm going to go check if there's any other loot here. This is why I think this is a good thing for your first mission, why you should do this, why you should take one of these jobs, is because not only did you get to learn how to navigate using the navigation menu, you can also use the map if you wanted to and figure out how to plan your route there. You're going to get some gear, and especially if you want to do something like mining or anything that we require using a tractor beam, you can usually find those items here. So there's no loot crates here. You'll learn what they are. You'll see there's some terminals there. Those are small size terminals, so those will take most land vehicles you can take out there if your ship can hold a land vehicle. If your starter package is the C8X Pisces or the Pisces Rescue, you can actually take that ship out at these locations. So if someone ever did steal your ship, you could claim it here and fly back home. You wouldn't be stranded at this outpost having to either beg for a ride or respawn somewhere else. This darkness is definitely an issue. It should be a lot brighter like this, but for some reason there's no lights currently in here. It's not looking like there's much to loot here. There's one crate there. Oh, there's a red one here. So this is the issue I was having, trying to loot. That was the wrong way. Loot like here. I can't loot this core armor. How did I get that to open the way it was? Or was it just like this? Weird. For a split second, I had it what I wanted. Okay, what if I go hold F, open? Oh! Oh! That's what I was trying to figure out last time. And now I just figured out by accident. Look at that. So what I did last time is I took these crates, which I've never been able to do before, drag it into my inventory, click here, open the crate, and drag things out. I couldn't figure out how to get that to open, but I just figured it out now. And I'm about to put out the video where I couldn't figure this out, and I'm sure someone is going to tell me exactly what I was doing wrong. Here we go, tractor beam attachment for your multi-tool, an apple, a fruit that you can sell, and a granola bar. What I'm really looking for is Cruise. Cruise drinks are great because they give you a little bit of protein and a little bit of hydration, so if you're needing to survive and you're missing food or hydration, that is what you need, is the Cruise. So we got that. We're going to go over to this one. On all these locations, there's usually 3 main buildings plus the Platinum Bay. So they're in different locations, but the layouts are usually the same. This is the bigger one that has 3 different rooms, I believe. So we're going to go into here. I guess 4 if you include this little like foyer that we're about to go into. So no loot crates in here that I can see. Of those loot crates, you'll see there was a gray one and a red one. This is another gray one. I'm so happy that I figured that out. Oh, that's so much better. There's a Cruise. Got 3 of them, and we got a medical attachment. Really, I don't use those, but they're good for selling. Anything you loot, you can sell and make some extra money. So the gray boxes tend to have stuff like food, multi-tools, things like that. The red boxes tend to have armor parts. Makes them pretty cool. None in there. No weapons in these areas because we're in an armistice zone. Now, there's a QR code here because this is the test version, but you can see here there's like a bullet with a line through it. If you're in an area without the armistice zone... Oh, I didn't want to do that. Let's exit. How do I exit again? Hit I. If you're in a place without an armistice zone, like if you go to like Terra Mills, you'll be able to grab weapons from there. Same with like Paradise Cove. I still love Paradise Cove. I'm going to actually go and check that location out eventually. because I haven't been there in this patch, and I always get a lot of guns and weapons there. We got a Proto. Now you can also hold shift and just click all the items, or you can click move all, and that moves everything over. We got the red cruise, my favorite cruise. We got some cruise flow, and we got some cruise dark. So we're good for food and hydration for a while. I was hoping to find a multi-tool, although we still have one building left. Multi-tools will give you the ability to move large boxes around, so then you can go do some salvage and get some weapons and guns. At the same time, you can get the cargo if you find any in there. Now, the one thing to remember is I've been putting all this in what's called local inventory. That means if I'm at this location, I can get those goods. Local inventory is also, just like your local ship inventory, specific only to you, and it is going to go away in the game. They are changing how that will work in the future, but right now local inventory, I looted everything that local, and then when I'm in my ship I have to remember to transfer it to my ship inventory. Otherwise all the stuff I'm finding is only here and nowhere else, and if I decide I want one of those things, I'm going to have to come all the way back to this location and get it. Now the good thing is that you can always find your stuff no matter where it is, just by doing kind of a search. So if I open up my mobile glass with F1 again, and I go to assets, so right now I am on this moon, and I'm at Shubin SMC A6. This is the only place I've been so far, which is why it's the only one on my map. I open this, and it shows me what is inside. I've got 3 tractor beam attachments, 4 apples, 5 fruit, 4 chocolate bars. So all that stuff is there in the local inventory. So I can search that anywhere and find out where the stuff is that I want. Now, I don't see any more loot crates here. If I wanted to buy cargo, and this is why I also want to bring the MR. The MR hasn't been showing up cargo for a while, so let's see if it's working now. And it's still not. For some reason, the MR doesn't show up in most locations, including these locations for cargo. So it's suddenly not good. If you want to do cargo running, unfortunately, currently, and for the last couple patches, the MR isn't worth it because it just doesn't show up. It shows up at like TDDs. I could buy stuff there, but then if I'm trying to sell them somewhere else, it doesn't show up at these kiosks, and I don't know why that is. Here's the package we want marked for us. We're just going to tap F, looking at the package for carry. And we can hold F and click on this.
Thank you.
We're going to cycle the airlock. And now we have a new objective, deliver the package to research outpost, which is still on the moon. So we're going to open our door, walk on in, and then I'm going to tap left mouse. Oh, and somehow it bounced me right up above my ship. I don't know why. Now, left mouse, that didn't let me place it. Oh, there you go. So I hit. Now if I just do this, now it's maybe I double clicked it, because now it's letting me choose where I place it. I'm gonna place it here. Before I just kind of threw it on the ground. So the box is there. Why does it look weird? I'm gonna pick it up one more time. Yeah, I think I just double clicked it and that was the issue. There you go. That's much better. Place it correctly. Tap F. Now this time I didn't close my door. So if I look at the exterior of my ship, you'll see the door is still open. I will show you later how jumping closes that. So we can't take off right now because we turned off our engines. That's I. Put our engines back on. And now we are up. Tap N. Close my landing gear. And we're just going to head up into space. And now we have 2 markers. We have this yellow one here and this yellow one over here. One of those is the package sitting behind us, and the other one is the delivery point that we have to get to. We just have to get up to about 4,000 kilometers, or 4,000 meters to say, about 4 kilometers of space, which we are at now. And that's why I like the moons. I'm already out of the atmosphere by a margin. And now I'm going to middle mouse till we go to quantum travel. And we are going on the other side of the planet. Now, the other side of the planet is still allowing us to jump. You can jump around a planet without, as long as you're within the atmosphere, and get to another location. So I'm going to hit F4. And you'll notice now the door has closed on our ship. we're just flying around the surface to get to the other side. If I'm trying to jump to a moon that's on the other side of the planet, then that's when I am obstructed and I have to use the orbital markers to get around the planet in order to jump to that location. Well, the good news is we are in the daytime here, so we're going to be able to see what we're doing a lot easier, although it is very cloudy on this moon. And one thing that I did forget, even though I said to do it, is I didn't take any of the stuff from local inventory and put it in my ship. So I'm going to try to remember to do that on here so that I can bring items back to a spaceport. I always like to bring some items back to a spaceport. That way, that's where I log off. I start again in a bed in that spaceport, and then I have goods there, so I don't have to go down to a planet surface in order to get some drink or some weapons or some tools. I always leave extras in different locations for myself. So we're flying down to this location now. We're heading below the clouds. It is shaking a lot. I do know that you can take that shake and turn it off somehow using the game settings. I just haven't tried that yet, but that's quite a bit of shake. I'd say excessive shake. Even though I'm going faster than the rated speed, that still seems pretty shaky to me. This time we're going to remember to tap N, lower our landing gear. Right about now. And looking at this, where am I going to land? Right in the center of all those buildings looks like a good place. We have pretty much one building in every direction, plus there should be one more, shouldn't there? Or is there only the two plus the... Where's the Platinum Bay? Is there not a Platinum Bay here? Interesting. We're going to go land here, right in the center. Now, which one am I actually delivering to? That one over there. Perfect. So we'll just land slightly closer to that one. And we'll go deliver.
Landing complete. Engines are off.
So we're going to open our door. Tap F to pick up this box. And we get up this door. We can tap F to open it. Tap F to cycle the airlock. Now, there could be different ways to deliver this. Now, this one here, we're using the Kovalex. Sometimes it'll say deliver to a shelf, and there'll be a place on the shelf, and you hold F and you click where you place it. On here, we're going to go to hold F and click drop off. And then the place prompt will be up here. So hit F on that. And then it's going to take this and it's going to deliver it. There you go. Contract complete. Now if we open up our mobi-glass and we go to rep, you can see here that we are junior runner. We have a little bit of rep here. Each job brings it up more and more and more, gets you better jobs. Not only that, but if I was to look at contracts here, and I go to delivery, more will start showing up here with multiple locations, multiple packages. In here, was there any place to loot? There's that one there. And that seems to be it. And this guy, he doesn't care. He doesn't care that I'm looting this. I'm so glad I figured out how to open that. So we got some more crews. We got a quick flare. I could put one of those on me if I wanted, but we're going to do that. We're going to get the fruit. Now, I'll show you the new loot menu at the next one I find, and we can take some stuff and decide if we want to put any on our person, but I don't think I can really carry that much with me at the moment because I don't have armor, and so if you have leg armor and you have chest armor, that gives you storage space. If I find some, I can put it on. I did find some at the last one, but, you know, I left it at the last one. Nothing there. So, as you'll see, it is like the other ones. There are very similar looking buildings. This one's slightly different. But all the loot crates currently look the same. You get to learn There's like a few different small ones, bigger ones, but you get to learn right away what they look like. For a split second, I thought that might be one, but it's not. Anything on these shelves? Some locations have loot on the shelves, like this here. There's one. So I'm going to tap F. What is in here? Undersuit, arms, and legs. Now, can I put those on myself? Yeah. Cool. So now, if I hit F or hit I do have leg armor, which has space on it. So I now have the ability to put things into my armor. So if we also hit I and kind of look around, you can see I managed to equip that. Now, all I'm going to do here is I'm going to take the rest of this, which is an undersuit. Oh, that didn't work. There we go. Take that undersuit. Now, it doesn't let me put it in. Why, might you ask? It's because I'm now wearing leg armor, and that leg armor is the inventory I'm showing. You got to click local, drag stuff to local. Now, I don't think it remembers, and I really wish it would. Let's see if they did add that. No. See, it goes back to leg armor. I wish it would remember which tabs you had open. That would be awesome if they did. Did we go in this room already? No. Because here's another box. I'm going to open this one. Click local. Move all. Now there's chest armor. Could add that to yourself. These quick flares, you can start adding them to you. They're going to hang off your armor. You could put things into the armor. So now I have 9,000 micro SUs of core armor space and 6,000 micro SUs of leg armor space. So you do have storage on your armor for weapons, for gear that you're looting, for extra ammunition, for med packs, med pens. Some things, like the ones that I put on my armor and are now hanging off my armor, like this med pen here, you can use those by pushing different buttons. So I think 5 is my multi-tool, 4 med pen, hold R, puts whatever you're holding away. So you're able to have quick access. Now that's a big change, is med pens used to be C, and now they are 4. So I have to get used to doing that. The multi-tool used to be 4. Now it's 5. Little changes like that, which is going to take me a while. There's going to be a lot of me pulling out the wrong thing. Luckily, when you're outside of an armistice zone, you're able to hold down 1, and that brings up like an interaction wheel that you can use to pull out and switch weapons that you're holding and transfer one weapon to another weapon. So I find that kind of interesting and useful. We're going to go to one last building over here, see what loot we can have. Now, you can see here, it is very cold. It is negative 89 degrees Celsius. So if you're out for a long time, that will start to affect you. You can buy suits that give you protection from heat or protection from cold. If you're doing something like rock mining on a place that's very hot, like Aberdeen, it's good to get yourself a Pembroke suit. If you are going somewhere like Microtech, you might want to get Novikov suit. Nothing to loot in here, eh? Oh, something right here. Okay. So we got a multi-tool. We got a special bloodline painted multi-tool and a couple of these fruit things. Now I realize, oh, it's not working because I was, again, this is why I actually don't tend to wear a lot of armor when I'm doing looting, because it's just easier to get it all to local. Now, again, when they change how inventories work, that's going to be a moot point because they're going to be doing away with things like local inventory and having physicalized cargo, which I think is really cool once I get used to it. The idea that you can just have all your stuff, and it'll make more sense that you shouldn't be able to loot every box in this place, get in your ship, magically quickly put it all over, and then fly off. But for the moment, why not? Why not take advantage of it? So we're going to get into my ship. Somehow I went beside the ladder. Now we're going to close our door, and I'm going to hit I, and I'm going to hit vehicle. So this is our vehicle inventory. This is local inventory. Move all. I got 17% of my vehicle inventory full. Plus, I have all the stuff I'm wearing and the stuff I have stored in my armor. So that's it. We've looted everything. I got a new contract called We Need to Talk. I think that might be from Twitch. I'm not sure. Let's check that one. So we're going to open up our Moby Glass. Contracts. appointment. We need to talk. Yeah, that's the one from Twitch at Area 18. So the unverified tend to be more criminal ones. They're not always, but they tend to be. So interesting. I got that right away. Turn my engines back on. Gonna hit F2. And now I want to go to Microtech. So we're gonna go to Microtech here. Now I actually want to go to Port Tressler, which is the space station there. I could find it on the map, but I just would rather do it that way just by typing in the name since I know where I want to go. But if you're unsure, you can use the map and you can find your way around and discover where you want to go. So now that that's done, we're going to head up into space. It's only been about half an hour. We've done our first mission, did a bit of looting, left some stuff behind for some reason, and then flown our ship successfully. And we've made some money. Not only do we make about 5,000 on our delivery, but the things I picked up, I can sell. Multi-tools sell well. If you have, a dozen multi-tools and you only need a couple just as like a backup, sell the rest. The medical attachments, although I left that one behind, really good to sell those. They make you a few, like a couple hundred, I think, per one that you sell. It's a really good way to make a little bit of money while you're doing the job. So now we're gonna go to nav mode, or I should say jump mode, quantum mode. We're aiming at Port Tressler there. And I'll show you how the two other ways to request a landing besides just left Alt N. So once we're in range of Port Tressler, which is right there. Pretty far away. Can I still jump there? 130 kilometers away. Yeah, we can still jump there. I can't remember what the minimum jump range is. I think it's like maybe like 40 kilometers, 60 kilometers. So almost held down B there. Still getting used to that. There we go. We're much closer now. So we're in nav flight mode. And I'm not going to fly my fastest speed. And I'm also not going to fly directly towards the station, because flying directly towards the station, you have a chance of plowing into it if you can't stop in time. These light trails coming off the station are all kind of new. They added the lights above Area 18. Looks like they added these to make it easier to find the flight paths to get into the different hangars that are here. So once we're close, there's two ways that you can request a landing besides left Alt N. First one is using your mobile glass, and the second one is using the comm screen. So you can see the comm screen here. So once we have that, it's shown up. If we look down here, open comm channel global, Port Tressler, and Port Tressler cargo. So if I had like a hull C, why am I not slowing down? There we go. If I had a hull C, I'd be using the cargo to request loading of my cargo. If I click on this one right here, the Port Tressler, that will request a landing. I can also hit F11, Friends, Port Tressler, and click that way. So there's three ways to do it. The left Alt S, using your mobile glass, or using your comm screen. Now if you want your comm screen somewhere else, just click Menu, click Comms. You can have them all comms if you really wanted to. Why would you do that? I don't know, but all your MFDs can be moved around and changed and adjusted any way you want. So there we go. Look at all our choices for comms now. We're going to fly into hangar number 4. That's another new addition, actually giving you the hangar number as you fly in. I'm going to mouse wheel down. Remember this box right here? It's a little bit slower now. That way I'm not going my full speed. I'm only going about maybe 100 meters per second. When I get close and I tap N, my landing gear comes down. Now my speed goes down to 30 meters a second. Sometimes maybe even that might be a bit too fast for you and you want to go even slower. You can mouse wheel down, but your maximum speed is now limited to about 30 meters per second in this ship. Each ship might be a bit different, but I'm gonna mouse wheel down a bit, so I'm going a little bit slower. And we're in there. Look at how much room we have. It might seem kind of tight to you when you're in here, but like you can spin your ship around in here. There's plenty of space here. If you're planning on getting out of your ship and flying out again later, you can always turn around like this and face the other way before you get out. Because if I wanted to refuel, I hit F1, go to landing, and I could refuel if I needed to refuel here. Repair, restock your weapons. I did turn off my engines again by hitting I. I'm going to hold Y to stand up. And if I wanted to set my base here, there's a few things I need to do. First of all, I don't know why my multi-tool is out, so I'm going to hold R. Hold R. Okay, I'm going to hit I while I'm in my ship. And I'm going to take all these items. Now, move all is grayed out for some reason. I don't know why. I'm going to move one item, and now I can click it. I think it just... Sometimes it's based on the size of containers, but usually it's if it's too much to go in what you're wearing. But move all, that works. Back on personal, I don't need these multi-tools in here. I can drag them like this, or I can hold shift, and I can drag them that way. And if I wanted to, I could get rid of some things like the flares that I have on me and put them away. But there, all my gear that I have, I can hit I again. All the gear that I looted that I brought with me is now safely in the station. Only I can access it. No one else can access that gear. And we're going to reset our spawn, and that'll be the last thing I do, and that will be it. So if you're just starting out, hopefully this helped you out. Hopefully this earned yourself a like and a subscribe to this channel. I like to produce tutorials and help people out learning Star Citizen. I also like to give back to the community, so any time I manage to make any money on this channel, I've been having giveaways. So hopefully soon I'll be able to hold another giveaway. So if you're interested in that, just make sure that you are subscribed to this channel to get information when that happens. Now, I click lobby. We're going to go into here. We can store a ship. If we don't store a ship and we log off, it will be stored for us. If we leave it for a long time, eventually that'll be stored also. I'm going to click store, and our ship is stored. When we get new personalized hangars and persistent hangars, it'll be a little bit different. We're going to go to the medical clinic here. If you need to heal, click on this area here. It'll give you a room. Go to that room, lay in the bed. We're looking for insurance. There it is. So we got the insurance here. Now what we're going to do here is we're going to tap F. Currently, primary residence is where we respawn. Current regen location. We die, we show up here. If I transfer imprint and confirm, now, currently if we die, we respawn here at this location, not down on the planet. If we want to go back to the planet, we just reset location. Now, you can always reset to your home location, but nowhere else. So if I then, for instance, we'll go right out here. If I decide to set spawn at this location, my spawn set there, I can't then set the spawn here, change my mind, and reset it back to this last location. I can only reset to Microtech, but you can set your spawn at any of the stations or cities all around the verse. So if you want to move, if you are doing a mission that you might die, set your spawn at a station close by, and that way you'll be able to get back in the action relatively quick. And I think that's it. Easy peasy. A great way to learn how to fly. A great way to get into the game. If you want to try to make some money, it's a good way to at least start out making a little bit of money. You don't make a lot, but you make some, and you get a lot of supplies. Now, not only that, but you can go to a place like Galleria here, and you can make even more money on your goods. So I know I said that's it, but we're going to go sell. We're going to look for a few things. Now, we have Platinum Bay. We didn't get anything from there. That would be things like ship components if you're doing some sort of salvage. We're looking for a yellow door, which is probably downstairs, or a clothing store. So we're going to go down these stairs. Each station is different, and I don't actually tend to go to this station, so I don't know. There's the yellow door there, the admin terminals. You can try selling stuff in the commodity shop there, or in here.
You're right.
So if I go select location, Port Tressler, we can't sell any of these foods here that we got. Sometimes you can, depends on the location. But we're going to go to Kasaba here. And I should be able to sell something here. I don't know if I can sell any of the clothes I got here. But we're going to go sell Port Tressler. No. But somewhere you can sell this armor. Somewhere you can sell the undersuits and the multi-tools. I don't see any shop here that sells armor. Otherwise, I'd be able to sell some of those goods. Carry them around, find out where things are sold, and bring them there. But I think we are currently out of luck in this location. That's alright, though. I think we're done. And I'm going to go do a little bit more exploring in the verse. Until next time, I hope to see you all soon in the verse. Thank you so much for watching, everyone. And goodbye.